everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel. I appreciate you stopping by. So I want to just give a little channel update, a little brief here. Now, YouTube has recently updated its terms of service. It's TOS, which I am calling POS, if you know what I mean. The terms of service are not intended for the benefit of the users, okay? It's to benefit YouTube. But I don't think in the long run it will actually benefit them. I think what is going to happen is a lot of users are going to have their channels eventually taken down. Their latest terms of service include such things as getting rid of channels that are no longer commercially viable, and also like having to get permission from people you talk about on your channel. They're cracking down, and it's no longer going to be viable for many channels to remain, especially channels that value free speech and free thought and want to have open discourse and maybe go against the narratives that we're hearing in the mainstream, people that are kind of go their own way and have a different opinion. I think in the coming years, it's going to be a challenge, maybe difficult for those to remain on YouTube. Okay. As a result, I will be attempting to fire up my Bitchute channel. I am on Bitchute. I don't use it as much right now. I don't find it as user-friendly for how I've been doing videos. I'm hoping that they get an app soon. I would like to start using them more. So anyway, just to let you know that I do have a channel at Bitchute, Intuitive Edge on Bitchute. So if for some reason I'm ever gone off of YouTube, you know where to find me. I'm also on Facebook at Intuitive Edge, and on Facebook I don't get into politics much because of obvious reasons. The censorship on Facebook is pretty strong. I pretty much just talk about tarot and maybe natural law, things like that on my Facebook page. You can also find me on Parler. So if you go to Parler, I'm at Intuitive Edge also there. So you'll be able to find me. YouTube is no longer acting as a platform for people to join and have open, free discussion. They are acting as a publisher. And so I'm going to start referring to them as such. I will no longer be referring to YouTube as a platform. They are in fact a publisher, and they are using their powers to basically tell their users what they can and cannot talk about and what they can and cannot post about, which makes them a publisher, not a platform. Okay, so they can call themselves what they want, but the facts are they are a publisher. Okay. I want to talk just a little bit briefly here about karma, and I think this is an important point to discuss. So if you are, and I'm talking to a YouTube censor, so if someone comes on and they are going through someone's channel and they are flagging it for either to be deleted or flagged or whatever, I just have a word of caution. Okay, now this is not my rules. I'm going to talk about natural law in real world, real time for a moment. Okay, I didn't write this law. This is not my law. This is not my agenda. This is how the universe works. Okay. You reap what you sow. This is a natural law, and it's the way things operate in this realm on earth that we're in, okay? Everything we do and every thought we think is recorded. It's part of our soul's process. It's part of our soul's story while we're on this realm, while we're in this realm on this planet. And it's important to understand natural law from the point of what we do eventually is done to us. Now, for people who follow orders, this is especially important. People who are in the military and who are cops, people who basically generally answer to someone and follow orders strictly, just a word of caution. I mean, obviously, we all have jobs to do, but in the greater scheme of things, following orders, if it goes against moral law, if it goes against higher law, you are responsible for those orders. In other words, you can't blame your superiors for telling you to do something if you take action that causes harm to someone else, okay? And it's really tough for people in those fields, like I said, of military and police. You have to be extra careful, because just following orders doesn't excuse you from your role and your own culpability if you cause harm to someone else. Okay. Now I'm not talking self-defense. I'm not talking about, if a cop runs in and they shoot someone that is harming someone else. That there's gray areas, but those are pretty clear. You can defend yourself against violence, and you can defend others against violence. That's different. But bringing it down out of that realm of the police and military, I just bring that up because of the order following. People who are told to do something that violates natural law, and they harm someone else, either by taking away someone else's right to free speech, if they silence someone who doesn't deserve it, they are responsible for that. And they invite karma to come back to them in the same manner that they dished it out, okay? Now again, this is not me. This is how the universe operates. Just about every, I think, religious system out there has a golden rule of sorts. It's stated in different ways in different cultures and different religions, but they all basically have the same tenet that what you do unto others will be done unto you. And the Bible says it's basically the same measure that you use will be used against you. It's how it is, okay? And I just want to stress this, because I see YouTube cracking down on people who are simply exercising their right to free expression. And YouTube, acting as a publisher in censoring people's speech, is inviting a karmic rebalance. And those who are involved in doing the actual work are opening themselves up to karmic rebalance. Now, you may not pay for that in this lifetime, but you will have to repay that at some point, this life or the next. So it's important for people to understand, okay, if you have a job and that's telling you to violate someone's free speech, to violate someone's natural law rights, you have a choice to make. And if you continue to follow orders against natural law and free rights, free speech, maybe a better choice is to find another job where you don't have to harm someone else and invite karma rebalance on yourself. It is true that, in a sense, we are all one, because what we do to one, we do to ourselves. And we invite that karmic rebalance back to ourselves. And it simply is the universe balancing itself back out. The universe, everything is done to maintain homeostasis, maintain balance. Our health, when everything is going right, our health is in balance. If we do things like eat the wrong foods, or, don't get enough sleep, or expose ourselves to toxins, then that throws things out of balance and we get sick. And then the human body, through the miraculous organism that it is, will take some time off to regenerate and heal itself and try to get better. Okay, if you have a cold, your body's going to fight that off until it can get back to being in balance again and being healthy. That's the normal state of being, is health. It's not normal to be sick all the time. It's normal to be in health, okay? Being sick just indicates that there's something out of balance. And as we work with the universe by taking care of ourselves, our bodies, by taking care of, eating the right foods, being good to our bodies, getting enough sleep, that assists the universe in keeping us healthy, okay? So these are well, we can look at the universe and how the universe acts to know how we kind of fit into the whole picture. It's not hard. We can look at the seasons and the growth of plants and how things work and operate. That's our blueprint. That's where we can learn the most. So, I know I got off a little bit there, but I wanted to make this clear that hopefully people who are in order following jobs, especially, that they are mindful that the choices that they make have real world implications, not only on the people that they encounter, but on themselves as well, if they don't take care to do what is right and just in all of their affairs. So if your job or your boss is telling you to do something that you know is morally wrong, find another job. Stand up for what is right. The universe will back you, believe it or not. If you say, I'm being told to violate someone's rights, and that's not right. See, a lot of our confusion in society is we don't know right from wrong. We don't understand how our actions affect the world around us. We go around being chaotic, and we don't understand how our actions implicate everything around us. Our thoughts, we think, everything. And a lot of us walk around blind to all of it. And then we wonder why the world is a mess, or wonder why things always happen to us that seems to be frustrating or negative or bad. And we don't understand our own role in what we're creating. Now, it's not to say that every single thing that happens to you is, directly your fault, but indirectly it might be. We have to look at our own process, our own actions, and always be mindful and careful when it comes to natural law and violating the principles that govern this universe. I mentioned cause and effect. I mentioned the golden rule. Basically, what we do to others is done to us. There's polarity. There's things swing one way. The universe, looking to balance itself, is going to swing maybe things the other way till it comes back center and balanced, okay? So just notice these things. Pay attention. Pay attention to hear. If something doesn't sit well with you. If something sits in your gut and you're like, that doesn't feel good, that doesn't feel right, that's your gut telling you what's right and what's wrong. Okay. I hope this message gets through to whoever needs to hear this today. To be mindful, to be careful, and to know that you have choices. You don't have to take someone's order that you feel is wrong or that is harming someone else. You don't have to do it. You can, get another job. Ask the universe for help if you feel stuck in something that you can't get out of. But you always have a choice, okay? You always have a choice. You are not stuck in something that is forcing you to violate your own conscience. We always have help to get out of that when we ask for help. And if that's you, if you're stuck in something like that, ask for help. Prayer, God, whatever, however ask the universe for help. But if you do what is right, the universe, I'm telling you, will back you up. And it may be tough. You may go through a tough patch. Boy, I don't want to get too personal here, but I had a situation a few years back where I had to make a hard choice that I knew was right for me, but it cost me a lot. It cost me my job, I went through a period of just, being in pretty bad shape, but it was the right thing to do. And at the moment, it was hard. But now things are back on an even keel. I had to hold that space, knowing that things were going to come back around and I would be supported again because I did the right thing. Okay. If any of you are called to do the right thing and you're struggling with it and you know it's going to cost you, this is where faith comes in. It might be tough for a while, like it was for me. But hold that faith, hold that line, and know that you will be rewarded for doing what is right. Okay. I want to get that message out to somebody. Do what's right. And don't do just because you're told to. You do what's right for you. Okay. All right. I've said enough on this. Appreciate you stopping by my channel. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.